Welcome, everyone. Just a minute here. I have to get my audio working. There we go. And let me reshare the screen. There we go. Welcome, everyone, to the 48th public meeting for testimonials for Monday, November 9th, 2020. This is a broadcast of the Keshe Foundation Spaceship Institute Education Department and part of the public teachings in English. My name's Rick Cramland. I'll be a host today, along with Dan. And we'll have some testimonials of the plasma technology. And I think Dan's going to begin today with something that caught his attention and he would like to share. Dan.
Yes, thank you, Rick. Indeed, it's start from one question regarding what Mr. Keshe is saying about the emotion and our action, our behavior. And I look my salt crystal, how it's creating in the our cups, when it evaporates the water. And I make some picture. One of us, it's from 1 year ago regarding the deuterium or CH3. The other is from one cup, one life number 2, and the other is from Earth reactor, let's say. When I put I start a little bit of video for showing what is the reactors, and I show the picture for understanding what it's about. Okay. Just let me open my camera. Okay, I turn him back. Okay, this is the reactor. Oh, sorry. This is the reactor where I have the nano-coating earth, which means I put the earth, the land, the earth, yes. With the caustic is nano-coating, and the other is only the earth with water. And I leave it in salty water of 50%. After it's, let's say, evaporate the water, I have this piece from bottom of the jar. This is the structure where I want to look. The other is from the walls, how it's creating. I looking also this, and I put in the picture. How we know it, the salt, it's in different shape, different, let's say, granulation, no? And now I want to share how it's creating these fields, because I have the, let's say, tell me if it's visible in the light. It's too close. I have the cubic structure of salt in the center. I have like an oyster, like a shell of West oyster. How it's creating? It's too much light. Perhaps I need to utilize the other.
We can kind of see it there with just before it goes out of focus from getting too close.
Yes, because it's needed to put in the light in.
Yeah, right there. Well, you had it just right. I can kind of see it. Yeah. Can't be too much light. Yeah.
Yes.
Right there. You have to hold the camera really still. There.
It's a little bit.
You can see the cubes there, which is unusual
cubic
in a way.
No, from salt it's normally cubic or square,
Yeah.
but it's like a oyster, like a shell of is how it's create this structure in different manner. And I have the in what part? It's like a pearl. No, you have the cubic. It's like a pearl, and after it's like a shell creating from this salt. This is one of particularity. No, it's too much light, but I try to visualize. No, too much light. But I change the angle for seeing how it's create this structure. You know, I take this manner, perhaps better. No, this is the side of atmospheric. When I turning, I have the cubic. I have the shared, the no shared. The okay, this is the first structure, and I look into the others in the walls, how it's created in the wall, because it's the structure. It's different structurate regarding the fields. It's very difficult for see with improper slide. Because I remember the cellulose, how it's in the plant growing with different gaps. It's almost a square shape. This is the, uh, let's say, this form of shell. And here in the cup 2, I have evaporate the water, no, in time. And I have just, perhaps it's better with the creating with the other shape. I reshare for not taking long. I share with my camera. No, light. No, it's not appropriate. But here I have a, let's say, a hexagonal shape. I don't know if it's, see where it go. I pass to the picture because it's better. I close my camera and I sharing the picture. Okay, this is the structure, how is granulate, perhaps better annotate in some part. Here is more, let's say, cubic. Here is more fluffy, more like a snow. Okay, I pass to here. Perhaps it's like a sugar, this salt. And I thinking regarding the shape of this is I put in the one jar in the other jar where one is with CH3 and the other bigger is with deuterium, which means restructurate. But it's how it's create this shape of pyramidal shape. It's like it's not so clear how it's Giuseppe showing. But I thinking also the interact of fields create this interpretation of like passing very Perhaps it's better for sharing. If it's not, which means this is my question, and how to measure these fields when it's creating this salt structure of salt. I have, yes, now I can share again. I'm so sorry for my mess, but always it's better to look in. This is the lamellar shape. I annotate for seeing with yellow. This shape is like a crystal. It's in the same shape, in the same piece of salt. Oops. I pass in the front side is like a snowing, like a snow, like a very fluffy structure. Okay. Here with light you can see is like a hexagonal shape. It's not like in the usual manner where is only the square. The square in some parts, in the other part is pyramidal, and the other is hexagonal. Depending of what fields it interact in the cup of life number 2. What fields of the copper interact. I don't know how you see it in the screen. I think this is more clear, like a difference when it's square and where is the elongate. Here I have the square, and here it's more lamellar shape. Here in the wall is difference. Let's say it's more compact, is more I don't know if it's possible, is more questioning indeed of what I here I have one piece, bigger piece. Here it's just like a bone marrow or like a bone structure where it's layering. I don't know if it's one of possibility of seeing how it's interfere the fields with the matter. Okay. Different shape. This is the like an oyster, like a in the life it's one thing, when you see it's creating in this manner, it's growing or it's drying. And here I have the I'm very curious what think the other people regarding how our soul is growing in the cups or in the structure when it's evaporate the water. depend very much of incident of light. Okay, this is create from the wall. Now you see better how it's the shape here, how it's creating. It's just a thought regarding when I see the structure of what Giuseppe is showing. One person showing something and you started to ask him why and how and what is the purpose. Okay, I stop the share. I shut up and I wait when it's coming to other people for say the testimonial. This is it for me.
Okay, well, thank you, Dan. That's interesting. I know people have shown the different crystal formations in the past and so on, but there's always a new angle on it and new observations. Did you find some of the pyramids were three-sided and some were four-sided when you were looking at the pyramid shapes?
Actually, I don't look if it's a triangular or it's a rectangular shape because I just take the picture knowing for seeing different shape for understanding what is creating different manifestation from the different fields. I don't look very careful. I see hexagonal.
I did see some three-sided shapes, like triangular when you showed the picture of the pyramids there. So
Yes,
perhaps can you bring that picture up again? We could have a closer look at it.
Yes, I don't know what picture, but I bring in. Right.
It was one that you mentioned pyramids in it, and you could see sort of
in cup 2 or what is Giuseppe showing, but I put in again for
that one. Okay, now on the left side of the picture, see
here.
the pyramid shapes there, here.
I see here in triangular shape. I hear yes here. Some it's like a pyramidal shape. It's not only triangular. It's in the 3D dimension.
Yeah,
here it's in 4D. For this reason, I say some of that it's flat. It's in 2D, let's say, in parallel shape, and the other it's in the 3D shape, in 3D axis.
And like you say, with salt, it's usually a four-sided cubic structure.
So normally depend, yes, because you see when it's the same salt here, for example, it's natrium chloride only, the natrium chloride. Here you have the cubic, but it's big cube. It's not little. No, here. But in the same, in few centimeter lower, you have this lamellar. And in the other part, you have what is? Yes, and here perhaps it's better now when you see it's growing like a oyster.
So you were asking whether there's a way to measure the fields?
Yes, what say what interface for creating the different shape, what fields and what strength you can determine.
Perhaps the crystal itself is your detector in a way, because it's telling you where it wants to grow according to the fields, right?
Yes, I'm for this reason I bring in for understand if I have this shape, lamellar shape, no? I know I achieve what intensity is from this field between two coils. And when I have the cubic shape, I achieve the other intensity or the other fields for manifestation for this shape. When it's creating this uh, it's the other strength. And with this, I ask if it's possible to measure because one influence the other. Okay, because I see where is I don't want to wrap more time, but it's when you put one question, somebody else try to answer to you. It's not little, it's bigger. Okay, I stop to leave the space to the other.
Okay, well, let's see if there's any other comments about that. Does anybody have any insights or comments or questions regarding these crystal formations?
Okay. Perhaps it's better to checking if all have the microphones because nobody opened the mic. If you speak with the microphone closed. The others, how it's creating the salt when it evaporate the water from the cups. I see your microphone, Rick. It's moving, but I don't hear.
It's just picking up clicks and so on, probably I'm doing. Can you hear me now? Yeah, you should be
Yes,
able to.
yes.
Yeah, I find the salt is quite interesting, and the salt forms in the wire between my 1 cup, 2 cup setup, and it's quite interesting where a big blob of salt will form right in between the 2 cups. And you can collect the salts and save them for a special purpose, which Mr. Keshe was alluding to, and we haven't really defined as such. but we can understand that the salt of the GANs is has some important qualities to it. I was thinking, Dan, if you're able to replicate the experiment and actually create the same thing again with the big cubes and then the sort of like a shell that you were talking about where they're held in between, and then you've got the longer strands of salt that are formed around it and so on. Can that be replicated?
I try because I starting this experiment only right now. I see the with after you evaporate in the water, I see the shape of a crystal of salt. I started this experiment. I say, if I don't have the land, the ground, I make the GANs of ground of my earth underfeed for putting in this atmospheric condition or between these. I create the seal of earth, and I want to experiment to putting one seed in the air for seeing it's growing like in the natural earth. And I forget from this experiment, and perhaps it's time to put one seed of plants between these two jars for seeing what happens. No? When you don't have the ground, what you do? You create the environment, you create the fields. And I think I put in cup 1 of 1, 2, and 3 in top of this. Consider this like inertia of inertia. Considering like a cup 4 or cup 5. I don't know. I make only the experiment and I see what's happened.
Well, we can see with the picture that Gianni showed before, which I can show here now, that the plants seem to like the salty environment, let's say. So we've got this picture is one of the pictures that he sent, and you can see that the salt on the right-hand container here, and that the plant is actually, he said that this plant and this whole arrangement was left for a couple of months, I think it was. And
3
the plant,
months.
3 months. And
It's
the plant,
3 months is go in the country, and in the greenhouse it's growing by itself. This spinach, yes.
Spinach, yeah, right. And it just naturally went over to the GANs container here. With all the salt and everything, you'd think it would have a hard time. And the other branch goes over to the nano-coated coil, which Gianni has in several places around the greenhouse. You can see one on the far wall there, and you can see one in between, and there's a hint of one by this post and behind the post. So he's got these nano-coated coils sitting around, but instead of the plant avoiding it, it actually wrapped itself up into it. I can give a better picture of that.
Hello, Rick. Hello, everyone.
Hi, Johnny. We're just showing your pictures while we wait for you to come back here.
Yes, thank you, Rick. Pot să arăt în direct și un video. În direct, pot să arăt o înregistrare video.
Can I show one registration, one video?
Yeah. Yes, go ahead. I'll stop the share and you can go ahead there.
Acum pregătesc.
Cancel my stop lighting. I make myself.
He's going to share video now. Is that correct?
Yes.
Okay.
This is what I understand. Perhaps I don't know if Johnny is agree because it's almost hour of starting the Spanish group. I see here some person from the Spanish group. Perhaps if you want to share something, because I know after it's going to the lesson in the Spanish.
Acum, imediat ce pornesc, nu în direct, ci e o înregistrare. Acum sunt încă în laborator. Dar acum pornesc.
What was that, Dan?
He's saying it's starting now to showing the video.
Okay, we saw him briefly, but then it went off again. Ah, okay, I'm seeing it there now.
Aici este imaginea cu plantele în solar.
Here is the image with the plant in the solar, in the greenhouse.
Și cu spanacul cățărător, ceea ce ai vorbit, Rick.
With the spinach, what it's you are talking previous.
Între timp pregătesc și imaginile pentru a arăta mai în detaliu și discuta puțin pe acest aspect.
In the meantime, I prepare the image for discuss regarding this. Lindsay or Adriana Hernandez or Bongia Dariana or somebody else from the Spanish group, if he don't go, if you have some testimonials before, but I leave with Johnny saying what.
Hello, this is Adriana Hernandez. I'm really new here, so I'm just listening.
Thank you for being with us, and thank you for your patience, because all we learning by the others, and I want to thank you.
I wonder what the interaction is with the plant in this picture here, Johnny's. That's that same one as before. And the plant has gone, the spinach plant has gone over to the GANs container that's creating GANs here. And is actually wrapped around the copper wire on the top, and you know, it's actually going toward the salty part in a way. And normally plants keep away from salt. It's toxic, you know. If you put salt in the water, it would kill most plants. And it's curious that why it would even go toward that container to start with its salt obviously sitting on the top there and so on. You'd think it would avoid that and just carry on to the wood or some other part that it could attach to.
It's more gas of salt, is not properly salt in different strengths, because when it's attract of the gas, and you remember the orange or the banana in top of the reactors, you putting this material, you transfer the field inside of your cup or your reactor.
Dan, am un minut care este un pic mai arată planta de jos și cum arată și cum se cațără și pe lemn până ce ajunge acolo.
Johnny saying how I have the video, the picture, how it's growing this plant, how it's wrapped to the wood, and how it's not take shape. Let's say make the direction preferable Ok, go ahead, Johnny, dă drumul.
Acum. This will stop sharing screen. Do you? Ok. Screen. Un moment. Aici se poate vedea de jos, deci din pământ, cum
Here you
pornește
can
până
see how it's grown, how it's starting from the ground.
nu este condiționat de nimic.
It's not conditioned from nothing.
Sufletul vertical a decis singur să se poziționeze față de cupe.
The vertical soul is decide how to position it regarding the cup and the environment.
Deja aici video este făcut după ce am trecut de o perioadă în care au fost minus 3 grade cel mai mult.
Here I have the video making when it's passing, let's say, 3 degrees, and I be left 3 months.
Folia cu care am acoperit solarul este o folie normală, nu pentru solarii.
The foil which I make the greenhouse, it's the normal propylene foil. It's not specifically for greenhouse.
În mod normal ar fi trebuit să fie gata într-un singur sezon.
In normally way, it need to be already in one season.
Dar prin faptul că am pulverizat nanomateriale și plasmă,
Okay, Dariana, we speak slowly for Gianni, dacă vrei, poți să vorbești în engleză, în spaniolă, poate și Dariana și ceilalți pot să înțeleagă. I say to Gianni, perhaps it's better to speak in the Spanish for understanding, and also to the other. In the same time, I translate in the English.
ok. Buenas tardes a todos. Pun video de la început, Dan.
Nu, continuă cu ideea. You can continue with your idea regarding the greenhouse.
Lo que he hecho en el invernadero,
I'm making in the greenhouse.
tengo varias copas,
I have the different cups,
especialmente una copa, una vida.
especially one cup, one life. Number 1, especially.
Yes. Y am pasat de o temperatură bajo cero.
It's passing to the 0 degrees, which means the point of frozen.
Y todavía tenemos todo verde en el invernadero y también afuera.
And we have also inside and outside everything is green.
Y aquí se puede ver muy clarito
And here you can see very clear
que el plasma no hace nada de malo, ni los gases ni los nanomateriales.
Which means the plasma is not good. How to say opposite of good? It's not
Nu afectează.
It not affect the gas or the nano. The plant is feel very good in surrounding of this environment created.
Al contrario, las almas verticales o las plantas han elegido tomar su camino en los campos y tocar el plasma.
which means the plant is the size, making the root in these fields for searching these fields of plasma and touching the cups and the nano.
Aquí se puede ver muy claro.
Here you can see very clearly.
Tenemos gatas y perras.
We have the cat and the dog, the puppy.
Y están tomando aquaplasma de una copa una vida.
And he is drinking the water from 1 cup on life.
Como hacemos nosotros en un cubo de 5 litros,
We making the jar of 5 liters.
estamos poniendo en el cubo 5 mililitros de aquaplasma con aminoácidos de una copa una vida.
We are putting 5 milliliter of plasma water, apă plasmatică sau gas?
Plasma water.
Plasma water of 1 cup on life and also the amino acid.
Aquaplasma.
Okay.
Y un poquito más adelante voy a mostrar algunas fotos del laboratorio.
I want to share the picture of the laboratory.
Donde tenemos las copas y Rick si para hacer share.
And where I have the cups, and Rick, please, if you allow to share.
Un momento. Aquí voy a mostrar cómo también se hace el aminoácido.
Here I want to share how it's creating, how to make the amino acid.
Sí, un momento. Y las fotos se están hechas ahora mismo. Bueno, hace 20 minutos.
The picture is making 20 minutes ago.
Inspirado por la presentación de Dan. Vale, gracias Dan.
By inspiration of what she see from the shape of crystal stars.
Sí, eso es una copa que está creada en el mes de marzo de ese año, al principio de marzo.
This is 1 cup what I create, what I make in the March of this year.
Y es la segunda copa.
Is the second cup, 1 cup on life number 2.
Yes. Y la sal está en toda la zona donde está la copa.
And she have the salt surrounding the cup.
Sí.
In all the area.
Pido perdón, estamos hablando de una copa, una vida, no la segunda.
Okay, she asking, apologize because it's about 1 cup on life number 1, not number 2.
Sí,
which
porque
means the soul of physicality.
Sí, porque aquí en la zona, como podéis ver ahora, pasa una cosa magnífica, maravillosa.
Here in our area, it's happening something beautiful.
En los botes donde tenemos el agua que no tiene nada de sal, agua plasma de una copa una vida.
Here where when I have the plasma water without salt, only the plasma water.
Como se puede ver, arriba del vaso se está haciendo cristales.
How you see in the top of the jar, it's creating this white, it's creating the, let's say, layering it's to the glass.
Aquí creo que se puede ver cómo está lleno con agua.
It's full of water.
Y ya hemos regalado 200 de litros de estos copas.
And we are
bottles.
giving hundreds of liters of water from these cups, these
Ya no,
jars.
no tienen nada de sal.
And she say it's not have a little bit of salt, nothing salt.
Y aquí en el bote del medio
In the middle where is only the water, in the left and the right side have plasma water with the gas in the bottle, but in the middle it's without initial gas, but it's creating in the by interaction between these fields.
¿sí? Y aquí se está creando el gas y el aminoácido.
And have the gas is creating the gas and the amino acid.
Eso es la imagen de arriba.
This is the image from the top.
Y bueno, eso es la copa.
And
Una
this is
copa,
the
una
cup,
vida.
one cup on life.
Es muy pequeña y por esto no es importante el tamaño.
For this reason, it's not important the size of the cups, say Johnny.
Solo respetar el procedimiento.
It need to respect to making the how to say, the protocol, the creating the right
Y
procedure,
que está regalado por el señor Keshe.
who is giving from Mr. Keshe.
Y basta con una copa pequeña para regalar cientos de litros de agua.
And with one cup, you can regulate many liters of waters to the other.
Ok, aquí otra copa. Creo que se puede ver también el aminoácido que está encima.
Here I have the other cups. Can you see the amino acid who he's making is creating top of the water?
Y la sal que está alrededor.
And the salt who is claiming it's growing outside and from the wires.
Como se puede ver aquí, tenemos un bote cerca de la copa.
How you can see, we have the one jar from the cups.
Donde tenemos solo agua limpia.
Where is have only the tap water, the clear water.
Y se está creando gas y aminoácido.
And it's creating the gas and the amino acid by interaction.
Ok, ahora pasamos a la segunda copa.
Now we passing to the second cup, one cup on life, which means the cup of the physicality in the five
En la
cup
relación con las 5 copas.
Yes, in the relation with the 5 cups, it's number 3.
Y con todo el equipo aquí en el centro de salud donde tenemos las copas y todo eso, no fue necesario utilizar alguna vez el plasma de la segunda copa.
And here with all the team, is not needed to to utilize the plasma water from the second cup.
Porque ya hemos utilizado el plasma de una copa una vida también en la pintura del edificio, en las cosas para la limpieza, el detergente que lo estamos preparando y todo eso. Así que nadie tuvo que utilizar la segunda copa.
Because I utilize the cup number 1 in the painting of the wall and all the building from this center, and it's not needed to utilize because it's creating one environment with this one cup on life.
Aquí son los cristales de sal de la segunda copa.
Here I have the salt I don't know how to say, grains of salt or salt. Salt, which is released from the cup number 2.
Es,
Cup one.
para mi comprendimiento, es el gans de sal.
For my understanding, it's grains of salt.
Es un poquito más complejo porque tiene una vibración, unos campos maravillosos.
Because it's more complex, because he have the different strength of the natural salt. It's more elevate these fields.
Se sube de la segunda copa y está alrededor sin tocar nada de nada.
It's attached to the reactor of cup 2 without making help from the other. It's growing, and it's released from the cup 2 without anything from the
Yes.
environment for touching, for taking down.
Y al continuación, aquí tenemos fotos con una planta maravillosa que está cambiando de color.
Here we have this flower, this plant who have the leaves in different shape, in different colors, and is changing the color. Let's say a little bit different in the normal way.
Y es una planta muy sensible con el medio.
This one plant is very sensitive in the environment.
Hay casas donde no florece varios años.
And for many years, this plant is not flourishing.
Aquí se está cambiando, pero en la relación con los campos que tenemos aquí en el laboratorio. Esa es otra.
But he's changing the regarding the environment, is changing the way of going in the laboratory.
Aquí se puede ver, es diferente.
Here you can see it's a little bit different in the different shape, in different, let's say, where it's putting. And right now, Jenny, dă un pic înapoi.
Un momento, por favor.
Okay.
Dan, aquí en la zona, esta planta está posicionada en la izquierda, donde tenemos el router con los infinitos.
Here in the left side is positioned this plant where is the router of Wi-Fi for internet, which means
Yes.
You have a lot of energy. But
Aquí tenemos encima, pero detrás también, detrás del router, tenemos otro infinito.
But we have also behind the router the other infinity loop.
Y lo de abajo, que es un poquito más grande.
And in the top, in the bottom size, we have the little bit bigger size.
Y los de abajo está para equilibrar la radiación electromagnética.
And from opposite side, from the, how to say?
Radiation electromagnetic.
Okay.
Electromagnética.
It's for protect from electromagnetic, to change the electromagnetic wave.
Equilibrar.
For balancing. No, I searching the word from behind the router. Okay, I found it.
Otra imagen con la planta.
Another image with the plant.
Y ahora en la habitación que está cerca de eso, en la otra parte.
Another part of this living place, in the other part of the room.
Aquí hay otros campos y ya se puede ver, la planta ya ha cambiado totalmente de color.
Here we have the other strength of fields, and you can see the change of color. It's a little bit different.
Pero también el tamaño, y eso por los campos magnéticos que predominan en la otra habitación.
But it's influenced from the fields who have in the other room, which interfere with this.
Y aquí es un laboratorio de técnica dentaria.
Here is the dental laboratory,
donde hay muchísimos utilajes.
where you have many machine, not machine, let's say,
digamos, herramientas eléctricas técnicas para técnica dentaria.
you have all the kind of machine for the technical dentist.
Que está generando muchísimos campos de radiación electromagnética.
Who is creating a lot of electromagnetic fields by using the current, using the different frequency of the vibration.
Pero con la ayuda de la tecnología del plasma, tecnología Keshe, gracias por esto.
But with the help of plasma technology, and for this reason I want to thank you.
Hemos obtenido equilibrar las radiaciones electromagnéticas.
We are able to balancing the electromagnetic wave of, let's say, environment who is creating. This is answering from the question of Adriana. It's asking if it's balancing these fields, which means it's not anymore harmful. Because it's previous asking regarding this infinity loop.
Yes, Dan, sí. Es verdad que para utilizarlo hay que comprender qué significa el nanomaterial.
For utilizing is needed to understanding what is mean the nanomaterials.
Y el infinito que podemos hacerlo de cobre nano, pero también de zinc nano cubierto.
And we have making the infinity loop from the copper and also from the wire of zinc.
Pero también de otros materiales, pero hay que comprender por qué. ¿Qué es y por qué?
It needs to understand in why and for what reason you are making this.
Para nosotros, para preparar el medio para la vida.
For us, for making one environment for, let's say, for life.
Una de las consecuencias es también el calentamiento plasmático.
One of the results, consequence is the heating, plasma heating results.
Hay mucho más.
I have more of that.
Pero por momento es lo que hemos comprendido de la tecnología Keshe.
It's what we understand from the technology of Mr. Keshe.
Y gracias otra vez al señor Keshe, a todos los buscadores del conocimiento.
And I want to thank you once again to Mr. Keshe and to other knowledge seekers.
Y estamos aquí para servir, no para ser servidos.
And we are here for serve, not to be served. For giving, not to taking. And I see in the chat, it's asking again, Adriana Hernandez, what type of material you use? Is the major part is copper and
Zinc.
and zinc. But in the greenhouse, it's asking in the solar.
Lo mismo.
Okay.
Está-
The
es-
same, the
estamos-
same thing.
Ah.
What is in the
Estamos-
laboratory, it's in the greenhouse also, which means the infinite, the GANs, the cup 1, cup
Absolutely.
2, and
La tecnología, el principio es uno solo.
in the technology, it's one principle.
Lo que hacemos diferente es posicionar algunos dispositivos o plasma en la función de que sentimos en el medio que queremos crear.
What is different is the position of these things regarding, depending on how we feel the fields in this environment is, or what, how we creating is changing.
Ok, thank you, gracias. Y con mucho gusto estamos a disposición de todos que quieren saber más de nuestro comprendimiento. Gracias.
And we are here for answer to the question. If somebody else have the question for, we are here for sharing our understanding from plasma technology.
Quiero añadir que es un trabajo de equipo.
I want to say it's work of the team. It's not only one person.
Y los mismos resultados los tenemos en las casas de los compañeros del equipo. Gracias.
And the same result we have from all the colleagues from the team in the other place. And for this reason, I want to thank you. Perhaps
Very good, Gianni. Thank you very much. And for the translation, Dan, too.
I want to apologize to the, let's say, to the Romanian, but who is here, I think, understanding what it's talk about in the English, and I see it's a lot of people from the Spanish group. I think it's better for making international in what way, for saying one language and translate to the other, for not wrapping in more time, because this is in English, but it's international.
Yeah, that's great. Thank you. Is there any more questions for Gianni while we have him here? And I think, Dan, you mentioned that some of the Spanish people might want to go to the Spanish teaching that's on now. Is there a workshop now?
Yes, it's starting half hour ago. And for this reason, I saying somebody else have the question, or it's better translating the Spanish for understanding.
Okay, well, let's. Do you have the link for the Spanish group that you can put
Yes,
into the chat?
I posted just a moment. I posted right now. I searching, and I posted for the others for helping. Okay.
I'll put that in the YouTube as well.
Perhaps it's better to putting all the also to the Portuguese, what is previous after this with Alex. If someone want to go in, I putting all, and you search what is needed for you. I copy and I post it right now in the chat. Okay. It's It's number, let's say.
That's the,
Yes, I see. I'm keeping only one part. So it's needed to read.
we have the Farsi group and this group.
Yes, I'm sorry because when I touch, I don't 184. It's a lot of yes, here. Okay, it's my mistake because I copy it right now. Resharing. I apologize for this because when you're sending too much and not too much, never is too much. So, remind the people where, and I hope I keep it also the same. Oh, I keep I put it another way because in this manner I'm not able to do it. I take only the Spanish group. If it's not. Meantime, someone.
Well, there's a question for Gianni and something to think about from Baba in the YouTube, who says, or actually he directs it to you, Dan.
Okay.
It says, why don't you put an aerial antenna plus a germanium diode at the anode and cathode connected to Earth?
I understand what
research.
I understand what to say. It's like making the crystal radio.
Crystal radio, exactly.
For drawing this all this let's say energy to making with a diode and drawing and perhaps making one capacitor, and you can try to alimentate your battery. If it's plasma battery is better, or plasma diode.
It's not a bad idea. It could be done, and you could actually hook it up to your computer if you wish to, and amplify the signal and listen in on it and see the actual sounds that get pulled in from such a contraption.
It's enough when you have the wave, if it's plasma with nano, like Alex B's, and plasma capacitor, you can create directly, let's say, filter for drawing this energy to transform from harmful in something utile.
Yeah, and the germanium diode is actually germanium oxide, which is another nano-material. So it's interesting.
Mulțumim, domnul Iani. I want to thank you. I want to thank you to Yanni. I don't look right now in the YouTube, but I want to thank you for this idea.
Aș vrea să completez ceva.
It was Baba Novak in the YouTube. Yeah. He also has a suggestion for Gianni. He says, he says he made one just like Gianni, but with a 99.98% graphite plate instead of the nano-coated copper, and it works perfectly. It started instantly, he says. The graphite plate equals cathode, he mentions.
Aș vrea să răspund la acest lucru, Rick.
I want to answer for this question, Rick, if it's possible, saying Gianni.
Sure. Mm-hmm.
Deja folosim nanomateriale obținute din elementele din mediu.
We are making the material from the material from environment.
Și nu mai sunt necesare crearea multor ganțuri.
And no es necesario, scuze. It's not needed to, because I speak in Spanish, sorry. It's not needed to utilize the other materials.
Am simplificat totul, nu mai folosim multe dispozitive.
We are not utilizing many devices.
Pentru că mergem pe ideea de câmp,
Because
realitatea
we
câmpurilor.
are going to the fields, to reality of fields.
În dimensiunea plasmatică suntem toți conectați.
In the plasmatic dimension, we are all connected.
Acum, pentru noi, înțelegerea care suntem acum, mă refer la echipa pentru și nu numai.
Nu uita de grupul spaniol. In the our understanding in this moment, like a Petrila group.
Utilizăm la nivel de câmpuri cu rezultate mai performante decât utilizând bobine și alte elemente din fizicalitate.
Utilizing the fields, we have the better result instead of utilizing only the nano and the material things.
Mulțumesc pentru idei.
Thank you for the idea, for the suggestion.
Și ideal este să le faceți, să le facem împreună și să le prezentăm în testimoniale. Mulțumesc.
And the better it's making all together and present in the testimonial. And thank you. Thank you, Johnny.
Thank you, Johnny. Okay, do we have any other questions for Gianni or about what Dan presented or Gianni's presentation here?
We have the microphone. It's let's say what number of people here, 14, and we see the colleagues from all the world. And if you want, open the mic and make a suggestion, present something, or put a question or answering. We are free, like in the big family. Gianni, tradun în spaniolo. I made a suggestion.
Dan, scuză-mă, te rog să repeți un pic că ți-am zis aici să și lucrează încă.
Ok, am zis, toți avem microfoane, sunt într-o familie mare, dacă cineva are întrebări, răspunsuri, vrea să prezinte ceva, sunt liber să facă, pentru că suntem o familie.
Ok, Dan ha dicho, y lo agradezco por lo que ha dicho, tenéis los micrófonos, tenéis que abrirlos y preguntar o compartir o completar alguna idea, algún experimento hecho, porque somos una familia. Gracias.
I promote Randy. I know Randy has something to say. Also, I don't like the spotlighting the other people. It's bad habit. But perhaps Elias want to say something. To Jalal, I don't ask because I know when
he'll jump in regardless.
Randy, perhaps like a testimonial, or also Dariana, it's able to saying something when it's the other knowledge seekers workshops, because it's also the testimonial, what each of us making from the foundation, the presentation, the meeting with the corona, the meeting with the spreading the knowledge, the putting in the right way. It's also one testimonial. I think.
Rick, I just received a good testimonial today. I'd like to read it.
All right, great. Perfect timing, Randy.
Hi, Randy. Just wanted to ask you, what were the small bottles in the package you sent to Ariana? Ariana wasn't clear about what to do with them, other than she needed to put them on either side of her bed. When we opened the package today, I held one bottle in each hand. First, I held the white bottle in my left hand and the red bottle in my right hand. Energy from both at an equal pace went up my arms and then right to the top of my head. It felt as if my pituitary gland and energy systems were being balanced. Second, I did the reverse. Energy went up my arms the same way and then to the base of my brain. It felt as if my pineal gland and energy systems were being balanced. When Ariana did the same thing, not sure which bottle was in each hand, one went to her mouth and the lower jaw area, and after the swap, it was her third eye and forehead. We opened the package just before we had lunch. During lunch, we set each set in the middle of the table, as they were on either side of our bodies. By the time we finished lunch, I felt slightly flushed, as if I was doing some healing or detoxifying. If someone had touched my cheekbone, they would have thought I was running a slight fever. Ariana said she felt something on her cheeks as well. Ariana was interrupted by a phone call. While she was on the phone, I looked in the mirror in the dining room. The mirror reflected one of the prisms in her living room window. The sun hit it and was glowing yellow. As I watched the prism starting emitting a reddish light, and I felt like a portal had been opened to higher dimensions. I asked to be receptive to what I was needing for my highest good. After a couple of minutes or less, the red light faded to yellow and white, and then was gone by the time Ariana returned to the dining room. Coincidence? Not likely, as I have never seen that prism reflect anything but rainbows. Very interested in learning more about your powerful little bottles. I had sent them cup 1 and cup 2 little 5 ml bottles. So I will write that up and put that into the testimonial page later today.
Very good. Thank you so much, Randy. That's excellent.
I just come back from my chiropractor's office, and 2 more practitioners want to learn about the GANS energy because they've been in the building and said, this is amazing. Because her whole building has got, every room has got a little vial of cup 1 and cup 2 in it. And she's making her own GANS now, the chiropractor.
Okay, great.
Water and spraying and.
And how was it you got that initiated again? How did that adventure begin with getting the bottles into the chiropractor's office?
What I simply did was she asked me, I said, well, I do energy work. She said, well, what is it? I said, well, I'll put together a little brochure. So I took a picture of the lens display, told her what the GANS was, and she read it. She says, I want some. I want to know how to do it. As soon as she read the little blurb on the GANS and about the life enhancement unit and the material, she said, I want some. Bringing some in next time. So that's how that started.
Okay.
So now that's 2 chiropractic offices I've done. And now one of her other practitioners wants stuff for her own place. She works in 2 different places. So slowly but surely, we're spreading the GANS and the energy around.
That's very interesting. Go ahead.
Bringing what Mr. Keshe is saying, change the environment, not the soul, not the behavior, because the behavior is changing with changing the environment. When it's changing the environment, the soul is positioned by self in different position.
I give all the house plants in this house now GANS water, and hang on. There's one oregano plant that it was so heavy it broke, and it worked its way down. It broke. It sit there. It worked its way, the leaf up to cup 1. It lays beside. It's totally healed the whole plant. So that's amazing for me.
Ok, vreau să completez ceva aici, Dan.
I want to add something here, saying Johnny.
Am uitat să spun ceva
I
important.
forget to say something important.
Noi nu mai udăm plantele.
We don't spray, put in the water from the plant to the plant.
Ce avem în interiorul
What
solarului
we,
sunt doar
what
cupele.
we have in the inside of a greenhouse, we have only the cups,
Sunt bobinele care unele dintre ele au fost puse
and
acum 2
we
ani.
have the nano coating coil. It's from 2 years ago putting.
La propriu sunt 2 sezoane, așa zis,
It's
agricole.
let's say 2 season, agricole season,
De când nu folosim apa pentru a uda plantele.
for not utilize the water from by putting the plants in the plants.
Și bine spus, nu ne-am dorit, nu am avut intenția să schimbăm plantele sau forma lor.
Our wish is not to change the shape or the plants, the behavior of the plants.
Intenția noastră clară în tot ceea ce facem este să creăm un mediu pentru
Our
viață.
intention is to create one environment to balancing for life.
Mergând pe principiu, suntem aici ca să servim, nu să fim
Going to
serviți.
principle, we are serving, not we are here to be served.
Ceea ce punem în solar la nivel de
What
câmpuri
we are putting in the greenhouse in the level of fields
este în relație cu ființele, cu sufletele care sunt în
it's
mediul
in the
respectiv.
relation with the fields and the beings who is in this environment.
Nu smulgem, nu curățăm locul, deburuiem, pentru că nu există în vocabularul nostru, în sufletul nostru acest
We
cuvânt.
are not cutting, taking the other plants because we don't have in our vocabulary the meaning of waste.
Și toate sufletele se manifestă așa cum vor,
All the soul is manifest how it's healing, how it's needed.
fiind conștienți că am venit să experimentăm aceeași trăire
Be
pe o planetă,
conscious because we are here to experimentate in the same planet, the same living travel, not travel. How to say? Route. No,
indiferent de forma pe care o avem
it's not important the shape we have
sau faptul că suntem organici sau anorganici.
or the fact that we are organic or unorganic substance.
Thank you. Gracias.
Okay.
Well, thank you very much for adding that, Gianni. It's interesting that he doesn't use the GAN's water with his plants directly. Doesn't water with it. And he creates the fields for the environment. And as we've seen, it's definitely works. And if you look at his gardens outside, it's incredible the growth he gets.
The beautiful testimony I see also in the Iranian group from the Vietnamese group, were sharing, let's say, the activity and the experiments in the plasma agriculture. Right in the moment you are starting the testimonials, I looking and I see the beauty of this technology in action in this environment with the papaya and the lemon and the other tree of sugar, or how to say, beautiful things.
Sorry, where was that again, Dan?
In the Farsi group, where is the people of the Vietnam group, KF Vietnam, present the activity and let's say what is making.
They were showing growing lemons and other.
Yes, other fruit, other plants. Let's say the experience, how interfere with the plasma technology in the growing and learning the other people to the farm and the plasma culture.
Yes, we've seen many demonstrations of that. Some of them which have appeared in previous testimonial meetings here.
I bring this in front because it's also the testimonial. It's needed to other to knowing one group to the other what is making, what it's doing, for sharing the fields, let's say, to making the help in the strength fields be present in all the world. It's almost what hour? It's starting to 21, which means it's 2 hours.
Almost time for the next group to start, which is what, Dan?
Now it's the Spanish group, and after in the, let's say 1 hour, I think it's the Brazilian group with the lesson of Alex from the American team. I think today it's about the amino acid, if I'm not wrong.
Well, is there anything else that anyone would like to present today?
I desire, I wish at least to listen to Jalal in the word, not in the soul, because in the soul I listened already. One word from Jalal. We, and I full of happiness.
You know what? I am laughing all the time when you are mentioning my name or your rig.
I know.
I am now did elevated to the main hall. I'm not in the garage anymore, so I cannot speak much more. But one thing, Dan, I wonder if you come to the private teaching, what you will do. The whole day you are in the teaching.
I bring the other telephone.
That's the solution to being in two groups at the same time.
Oh my God. But you know that the water, what we speak about in the Romania group, from the 5 cups, when you mix the 3 cups, 1, 2, 3. Do you remember,
Yes.
guys?
Yes, group A and group B.
Yeah. When you take from this water and you put it against the cup of the man, I hope any one of you, if you have the cup of the man and 5 cups, you just see the interaction. If you take from the 3 stickers and put it a small bottle, put it against the cup of the man, and sit in the middle. I wonder what will happen. If you like, just try it now, and tell me what you will feel.
Right now, I have the cup of man. I miss cup number 1, zing, 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 cup of soul. It's
Yeah.
missing. But right now, I'm not able, but I make the film, video, I notice the sensation, and I tell you.
Okay, just put it, and if you go to sleep, I wonder if you can sleep.
Okay, and like a testimonial, today I make my horse, my back with a nail in the working, and I have between the omoplates, in the where is the column, I have the injury, let's say from 5 centimeters. It's this nail is graphing, it's making from my skin, and I put one patch of cup number 1. I make this, and it's already, let's say, when it's growing, it's inflamed and lot of pain. And when I are coming home, I put in right in time this in my back like a patch, and in the front I take one of the bottle of cup 1 to the chest. And now I breathe normally, because from the pain I don't have the possibility to breathing, and open upper arm, to bring the arm in upper level. And now I'm, let's say, feel free to move in. And I want to see what happens tomorrow, how I feel. Because you're bringing this interaction between cups. I have one patch to the right now in my skin, my lumbar, lumbar, upper encephal zone of my, how to say, when your column.
The backbone, you
mean? Yes. Where is the vertebra?
Mm-hmm.
Between the omoplates, I have this from the knee, where it's this injury. And right now, when I stayed, I have in the back side, I have one patch making with the plasma water of cup number, let's say, cup of life number 1. And in front of me, I have all the cups, cup of man and cup 1, cup 2, the amino acid and all the plasma waters of cup 1 and cup 2. I live in the environment of cups. And I want to know how I feel, how I sleep tonight, and how I wake it tomorrow. It's only half testimonial. Waiting for tomorrow for seeing the other half.
Well, you can bring the other half in the next testimonials meeting, which will be when, let's see.
Yes,
December.
also of the yes, with the nail from the work and the picture who my wife is taking, because I don't see in my back.
Mm-hmm. That would be great. That would be for the that'd be the 49th testimonials meeting in December 14th. Second Monday of December. It's always the second Monday of the month for these testimonial meetings.
Yes.
I can tell you, Rick, that I put little glass vials, 5 ml glass vials of cup 2 on one side of my bed and cup 1 on the other side of my bed. And I hit that pillow, and in 5 seconds, I'm deep asleep.
But what about the dreams?
Oh, some of the dreams are wild. Absolutely wild.
Randy.
Yes.
Hi, Randy.
Jalal, my friend, how are you doing?
Hi, I'm fine.
I
How are
heard
you,
you
my
moved
friend?
out of the garage into the living room. Congratulations.
Yes, yes. I am graduated. Okay. Did you done the 5 cups?
Not yet. Nope.
You miss a lot.
Not yet.
You miss a lot.
That's my next project. I'm going to harvest my cup 1s and cup 2s here next week, and then I think I'm going to build the 5. I got to build my stand first. I want to build everything myself. I don't want to buy anything. I think because it's all about our intent and energy, and I think I'm going to build one that hangs from the roof. Maybe, I don't know. Got to talk.
When you build it, just give me a call.
I will do that. I will do that.
All right, very good. Okay, anybody else have something they'd like to add today? Share? Questions? There's YouTube, Gladys in YouTube, who says, I request to communicate with people who are in the study of Keshe technology from countries like Venezuela, Colombia, etc., to learn more. And she gives her email address. But what can we say to her for what would be the best way to connect with people from those countries? There might be a Facebook group. I'm not aware of it. Certainly, there's a lot of people in Brazil. Anybody have any suggestions? She could attend the, would it be Portuguese or Spanish in that area? Could be, because there are the
Mexico, it's
not Mexico, but Venezuela and Colombia.
Venezuela and Colombia, it's also the Spanish. Speaking the Spanish, if I'm not wrong, and if it's not the Portuguese. Lindsay is posting something Colombian.
Okay, there's a group for WhatsApp chat. I'll publish that. And also we can give her the link that you put in, Dan, for what's happening right now with the Spanish teaching, correct? It's in public, but at least she might get something out of it. Connection.
What group? What of?
That's the Zoom group, right?
In the Spanish or in the Portuguese?
The Spanish, that's in...
yes, for 641. In the
614, you mean, I think.
614, yes.
Yeah.
It's very difficult for me for making the picture, for seeing perhaps in the mirror. I take the picture for seeing in this moment what I have. I think I don't have proper light. I make the picture also, and after I present is better, or not, because the time passing and I leave from.
For next time, you mean?
Yes, because I try from 1 minute, I try to take my picture from behind, and no, I don't be able. Okay.
Yeah, you need one of those selfie sticks that you can take back shots with for some reason.
Okay, I leave it in this manner. Okay, thank you guys. And
okay, I see there's another connection from Lissy. I'll put that in the chat for the YouTube as well. And for this one. Okay, anybody else? Many thanks, Dan, for your translating and sharing today. Big thanks, of course, to Gianni for his sharing as well. It's always great to see what he's up to. He's always seems to be using the fields in some way.
the next time, perhaps the other is not so shine, and it's shining, not shine, which means without fear and more glowing. The other people join to share the experience, they remember the other experience, all the experience, the new experience, and so on, all learning together.
Yes, indeed. So, folks out there, you can think about next month's testimonials group, which, as we mentioned, is December 14th, second Monday in December. And maybe you like to prepare something or just pay attention to what's happening with your experiments now. And usually if you have the view of sharing it with others, then something of note will come up, something interesting, something that only you have observed and perhaps everybody else has missed. And that's those kinds of things we like to share, something that we can all increase our knowledge with. So thanks everyone for sharing today. I think that wraps up today's workshop, unless there's any other comments. Do one last chance.
For me, it's a bad habitual, but it's good for me for salute from each in person. From some person is not appropriate, it make nervous. But for me, it's like salute my family, salute my brothers, my mothers, my uncles. When I don't know if it's appropriate, but I make it also. Hi, Rick. Thank you. Thank you, Adrian. Perhaps next time you show the balls. By the way, the balls. The Armen is lose the balls, no? In space. Mr. Keshe is showing the balls, the bank memory. Adrian have the magnetic balls. And the other, perhaps the other person have the other balls in the good way. It's like a joke, but in good way. Thank you, Beatriz. Thank you, Diego. Gracias. Thank you, Elias. Be with us here. Thank you, MSN. Thank you, Jalal. Gracias, Lindsay. Thank you, Randy, for all your work. And thank you. I do it. Thank you, Rick, for allowing me to salute my family.
Thank you, Dan. Thank you, everyone, for appearing today.
Henrik, thank you.
You know,
Thanks, everybody.
I feel so good. It's not my ego, but I feel so good when the response from your salute and you are feel home. This is what I need. Thank you. Thank you, guys.
Dziękuję.
Well, it certainly is a big family that's covered under the plasma technology and instigated by specifically by Mr. Keshe and the way he presents it. And we can thank him profusely with gratitude for the knowledge we've received and the experiences that we've gone through from receiving that knowledge. So it's a really, it is quite a family, and we are tied together from joined at the hip, as they say, or in this case, joined by the fields.
Joined at the soul, really.
That's what I was going to say, but I figured fields kind of works better somehow. But that's basically it. All right. Thanks to all of us, and have a great continuing day for everyone as we conclude the 48th public meeting for testimonials for Monday, November 9th, 2020. Great show. Thanks everyone for attending, and we'll see you next time around. We've got the One Nation, One Planet, One Race for World Peace coming up tomorrow at 4 p.m. Central European Time. That's Tuesday, November 10th. And people are welcome to attend that. It's always a very powerful and enlightening workshop. As well as we have the Keshe Plasma Reactor Group, which I've held for several years now. And people are welcome to come to that, whether you're a beginner or a pro or whatever in between, accept anybody, and you can present your questions or your contraptions to that workshop, and we're happy to make comments and questions and that kind of thing. Okay, I think that's it. We'll wrap it up. Bye, everyone.